Tiara, girl, are you serious? Are you serious?
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is season 4, episode 3. Mona, what is with the recycled relationships? Are you kidding me? Tiara and Cisco, of all people. You done paired Tiara up with Uncle Fester. And they supposedly been messing around, and she just spent all this time with him in New York and all this kind of carrying on. Then you know he always got so many issues. He got all these family issues. Now he got health issues. He got a metal pole up his back, and he can't get out the bed. And she helping him, and how in the fuck she supposed to help him? Because this bitch is drunk. I mean, all the shit we went through last season, and you mean to tell me that you come back and be a drunk bitch? Really? All the legal troubles and stuff that you had, how scared you was and all of that. I was wondering why nobody was fucking with you. Because you're a drunk bitch. Don't nobody like no drunk ass bitch. And I mean really drunk. A running drunk. You know what a running drunk is, don't y'all? Where somebody that they be walking and they can't stop and they stumble forward. A fucking running drunk. Drunk bitch. She had this whole thing. She wanted her friends to meet her man. So we got all these people. Everybody already know this bald-headed motherfucker. Child. So we got Moniece, Zell, and Nia. They come to the dinner with Cisco. And of course, they were giving them, Moniece, you know, she got issues with Cisco from back with the Rich Dollar stuff. He called her a fucking bitch. And she hadn't really forgave him, but she said she was going to sit it to the side, you know, about, you know, trying to get that thing together and all that. So they get there and they sit on down and they're having a little dinner. Zell and Cisco butt heads right away. Well, you know, that's her cousin, you know. It's Tiara's cousin. They butted heads. You know, Cisco's always in his feelings about some shit. He ends up walking off. Tiara follows him outside. She's all drunk. I mean drunk. Like really drunk. Stumbling and staggering and carrying. Ooh, I almost fell over. Bitch, that's not cute, bitch. So I'm like done with her. I'm just done with it. That whole little situation that he told her, if you can either go in there with your friends or you come with me. I'm going with you, baby. All drunked up. Fucking lush. And she's staggering up the street. I said, look at him, arm in arm. Him stupid and her old drunken pugilist. I said, look at him. I can't believe she got back on this show and got herself looking like this. Tiara, you're an idiot. Absolute idiot. That is so ugly. So ugly. Then we get introduced to this new fool child. Just raggedy. Solo Lucci. He's from Atlanta. He's Alexis Sky's boyfriend. Horrible. I just wanted to take him and give him a bath. Some of his hair is blonde. He got blonde patches. Blonde patch of the mustache over here. Blonde patch over. So where the fuck y'all get this domino queen at, honey? He looks ridiculous. And now she's telling him she may be pregnant. He's like, okay, they ain't been together but 1 month. But she might be pregnant. He's like, okay, cool, no problem. But she already got baby mama drama with him before they even get started. And they get to arguing, and I'm looking, he looks just like a skeleton. He really needs a hamburger. And I'm looking at him, and his side profile, his motherfucking head sit out this far, like alien. I said, child, horrible, 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 and look just as dirty, just a damn mess. It's like, where are you finding these people, Mona? And I don't know his music or nothing. Maybe he got good music, but he got all these tattoos. He just looked like he needed a bath to me. Just horrible. It's fucking Skeletor. Next thing, we had to go down to the studio and see A1. Well, when we first started up, A1 was actually having this. It was some release party. He was doing his new single, and both of the mothers, the mother and the mother-in-law was there. Lyrica was there. Of course, Lyrica's mother was in her bullshit. She's over there looking, child. I said, child, she don't look like an old washed up drag queen, honey. I said, poor thing. And, his mother was ghetto, fabulous, and just having herself a good time. She was proud, Pam, she was proud of her son. And you could tell she was. She's having fun. She's dancing and stuff. Lyrica's mother was asking, well, what's the hold up on Lyrica's project, this, that, and the other? So we got that whole thing. They ushered in that part of their storyline. And he's saying that he has these new artists, and he has this girl rapper that he's looking at, and Lyrica went the fuck off. Ain't gonna be no girl projects. We ain't doing all that. And then she said something, I know he released this single where he's doing good, and the girls gonna be throwing themselves at him. Lyrica, baby, what girls? What girls is gonna be throwing themselves at your husband with his black fingernail polish? I'll wait. Ain't nobody think about Blondie. He run around here with these blonde dreads, black fingernail polish, and way too much jewelry on. Now, what's going to be thrown, he might be throwing his ass back at one of them producers. But I can't imagine the girls running up, throwing themselves at him with his black fingernails. Girl, you kidding yourself. Just stop it. Stop it. You make yourself look foolish. There was a scene with them down at the studio, child. Then these two girls come in. It was a girl and her manager, Lyrica, fussing. Like, what did they hear? He said, I had this meeting. I already set it up. It was already set up. He pulled her and put her on Front Street. I understood her being pissed off with that. He sits her there and says, this is my wife. She's going to tell y'all why I can't work with y'all. And the two girls, they're from the UK, and they were like, well, wait a minute. This is not what you were saying. What the hell is all this about? They just done wasted our time. Honey, and Lyrica was feeling really put on the spot. I understood her, but then she was like, well, no, we're not signing any girl artists. And I said, I can't believe she's actually going through with this dumb shit. But they did. The girls was like, you know what? We're going to roll. We're going to get out of here. Lyrica started arguing with them. They were like, to hell with it. The manager was about it. The artist was kind of like cool. And the artist was the black girl. Child, they went on and left one out of there. And then she told A1, and I kind of laughed at. She said, you know what? I got something for you because you seem thirsty. She threw all this water on him. I didn't blame him for that because he didn't have to put her on Front Street like that. That was petty as hell. And then she went on out of there and left. I said, this is just too much. Too much. So, Safari, that fool is down there having his release party for his coconut oil. Child. He had that goddamn shit. What's her name? Chanel West Coast perform. Horrible. I don't know where the fuck she came from. This bitch had on a piece of lingerie with a belt on, and then had on some boy's shirt. It was like a boy's sports pullover top or whatever. It was a button up. She looked ridiculous. She really did. She looked absolutely ridiculous. Them clothes were not for stage. She just looked trashy and just stupid. It just was horrible. But they're down there. And then in walks Brooke, and Brooke's pretty. She look cute. She's a little tiny little thing, but she come up in there with all her hair, her and Nia, and they going to approach Jade, the paralegal. She kept calling her paralegal girl, and they had their little thing back and forth. And I was like, Brooke, girl, you kind of look foolish because Jade didn't even punk down or nothing. She got up. She's like, let's talk. She's like, rolled right up on her and was like, telling her, well, no, girl, I am who I am. Yes, I did his divorce. So him and I can go on and get on with our lives together. And Brooke's like, oh, no, he's not getting on with no life with you, baby. It's all about me. He's my man. This, that, thing, and the other. And Jay was arguing right back with Brooke. And I'm looking at Brooke like, the way you rolled in on her, I don't even know how all this conversation is still going on. You should already have punched this bitch in her mouth. And before you knew anything, good old Chanel West Coast, baby, she jumped in it and gonna say, Jade is white as me, honey. Jade's as white as me. She ain't gangster. She ain't about that life. But I'm about that life, though, bitch. You in here, you got that feather. She said, you got that feather in your hand. I said, Lord have mercy. It was a mess. She'll say, you look like Captain Hook, bitch. I was like, really? Child, and next thing I know, girl, she done ran Nia and Brooke up out of there. I said, I know good and well you two black bitches ain't come down here with the Billy Badass attitude and let this little skinny, scrawny white girl run y'all the fuck out of the club. Because she literally cussed them the fuck out. Her Chanel and Jay cussed Brooke and Nia the fuck out and dismissed the shit out of them. I was like, I'd have smacked that bitch if I couldn't have whooped her. Just because. Bitch, you're not. You don't dismiss me, bitch. I'd have smacked the shit out of her. And then you dip it in tendon? I'd have popped Miss Chanel West Coast, honey. She would have been Chanel Get Your Grill Up, honey. I'd have smacked the shit out of her. Even if I couldn't have won the fight, I'd have popped her. I said that was a hot ass mess. But she dismissed the fuck out of them. And what was that shit about Jade is as white as her? Honey, Jade's not white. I don't know what she identifies as, but bitch, she's not white. And if she is, she's pretty fucking dirty and she needs shined up. Anyway, moving on. Moving the fuck on. Ray J, Cisco, and Safari all up in the damn studio. Hazel's in the booth recording. And you know what? Ray and Safari are both shady as hell. Because all that jiving and shucking they were doing and talking about Hazel, and then that nerd be sitting there talking about Hazel was tearing it up. She was doing real good in the studio session. And it was being all nice to her stuff. Then Safari had the nerve to try to tell her, oh, I got this artist I want you to work with and stuff. And instead of, oh, so she all good now after y'all and clowned her. Y'all petty for that. Patty, that really got under my skin, and Hazel gets on my nerves, but that got under my skin. She ain't deserved that. Y'all shady than a motherfucker. Y'all talk bad about that girl and like she was talentless, and now y'all gonna try to use her and drain her for what it is that she can do. That ain't cool, and it wasn't a good look for neither one of you sons of bitches. Anyway, moving on. And y'all know I like Safari with his cute self, but when you wrong, coconut oil freak. Anyway, moving on. Brooke ends up rolling up on that goddamn Marcus, and he's a goddamn mess. I'm like, you really think you shit? She rolled up on him out at this cigar bar. He was in there with A1. She dismissed A1. She told him, you can go, Blondie. You can go. I'm getting ready to have some business with him, and I don't need no queens in here with their 2 cents, honey. You go on, black fingernails. Your polish is chipping, honey. You need to go back to the studio and get your polish redone. Bitch. She dismissed his ass, got in there and told him, where's your girlfriend, the paralegal bitch? Call her up and get her down here now. He called her, came down, and basically told her, tell her who I am. Tell this bitch who I am. And he did it, told her, I want to be with her for the rest of my life. Whatever we did, just like that. She told her real nicely. She said, let me tell you something, honey. You did your services. We appreciate you. You got them divorced and you got paid in dick. Now make yourself scarce, bitch. Get on. I said, oh, that was fierce. That was a good move because she had got you the other day, bitch. So you owed her one. Then she goes, come on here, boy. And she goes on out. He goes on out following her. I don't know whose pants it is she had on, honey. She didn't borrow. I guess it was some of Mona's clothes she didn't borrow because her pants was way too big. But she gets outside and he's like, okay, so now what? She gonna say, no, now what, motherfucker? We're done. We are through. I did what I meant to do. I meant to let that bitch know that I'm that bitch. But I'm done with you, motherfucker. And dumped him and rolled on out. I said, oh. That was it. I said, good comeback, motherfucking Brooke, bitch. That was some good shit right there. I enjoyed that. Then we had this real fake setup scene with Princess and Ray. Got on my nerves. She came down. It was a real fake. Come down there crying because the pregnancy test was negative. Because Ray's dick is broke. It don't work. Anyway, they go through all that. And he didn't even tell her. And I was so jazzed. Because she's kind of blaming herself and saying, she's taking on something to blame herself about what's going on. He know that it's him, Mr. Limpnut. And he didn't even tell her. I said, that was shady, Ray. Anyway, so that was basically all that really went on. I thank you guys for watching as usual. I do want to say this. For all of you all who are planning to come down to Vegas to hang out with myself and say Sean Bradley and Alexander Rogers next month in September. We sent out an email. There was an email that actually came out that actually goes through the details of the things that we actually have set up for you guys. If you have not gotten that email, please contact me at spillitboy@gmail.com and let me know that you did not get it so I can make sure you have an itinerary because I don't want you to miss anything. All right. So, until next week, see you guys.